money from the dancers. They told me. So who is responsible? It's a
dancers.
It's a
we are responsible.
circle.
Let's say we are responsible. Let's take the responsibility. There are people willing to pay. That's why they are sitting there and asking for money, isn't it? So it's a two-way. Let's not kind of push the entire responsibility. Yes, she's been standing for a long time.
Thank you. So it's true, I'm a dentist by profession and Bharatanatyam is my passion, and it's true that my profession pays for my passion.
Yes.
Okay, I have two questions. Do you think a student forum or a student committee is required? Because over the last 5 days, we have seen hardly any questions from the back row, but I'm sure they have like 10,000 questions in their heads going on. But they haven't asked for
No.
many
There are
reasons.
two things to this. One is that maybe the Natikala should be shifted to a time when nothing is happening in the city. Then everybody is more relaxed to discuss. We might not have the NRIs though. Right? They are here, that's why I guess the timing is such that, because such deliberations cannot happen when you are having rehearsals, when you're having performances, everybody is busy with their own thing. And I talked about volunteers. This is exactly what I said. If you have one volunteer from every dance school and ensures that her or his own dance school people come to the Natikala, you'd be having 3 halls full, such halls full.
My second question is that it's open to all the performing gurus especially. Now, everybody has been dancing in all big sabhas for many, many decades. So, if somebody comes to you and gives you a prime slot, and would you say, "Naan ariya aadiyachi ennoda indha student ku chance kodungo"?
See, this is very personal, Ma. It's a very personal thing. It's what each guru has to say. Like Srinidhi was talking about compromises. What seems a compromise to you might not seem a compromise to me. It's extremely subjective, no? So how do you draw these lines? There are no lines that you can draw. You go thus far and you don't go further. You can't say such things. It's your own value system that ultimately shows up in the way you go about your career.
Thank you. I would like to ask a question on behalf of Gayatri.
But I think one
Krishnaweni
thing is there that even if you multitask and do 2 professions, I've seen many people say that, but they don't dance for 2 to 3 hours a day.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Because multitasking is all very nice, and then they dance only when the program comes. So that way, I don't think multitasking gets you anywhere. You need to be very, very, very disciplined with yourself. I'm sure Srinidhi will stand by me. You need to be extremely disciplined. Yeah. Let's talk about the other side as well. Because, it's dabbling in 2 things and you think you're, kind of doing a great favor to Bharatanatyam. It's not so, You really need to push yourself. I know my daughter multitasks. So before going to work, she comes in the morning and dances. After work, she comes back and dances. I mean, it's tough going. It's not easy.
Yeah, it is true that you have to put in that amount of effort.
I just wanted to add also what she says. I agree, because it's not about, when you have 2 professions, I think add a little bit of my own experience. Yes. I would definitely not like to be called, I'm not a dancing doctor, and neither am I a doctor who knows Bharatanatyam or a dancer who learnt medicine. I think that, if I'm going to be a professional quality dancer, I only cut down on the number of performances, but I think there can be no compromise.
Absolutely.
You cannot take comfort in the fact that I'm a doctor, so it's okay that, I don't need to.
Because you're competing with the mainstream.
Can you ever do half a varnam? Can you ever do
Yeah.
anything which is half measure? Will Leela ji write that Srinidhi is a medical professional, so she can just do 2 jatis?
It's curtain up to
4?
curtain down.
It's not like that.
Whether you are a dentist or whether you're a gynecologist or you're an architect, that doesn't matter to the audience when they're sitting there on judgment.
Yeah, absolutely.
No?
You're a dancer
So I
when
think
you're a dancer, you're a doctor when
we
you're a
need
doctor.
to be that much more sensitive to that and work harder. So I guess somewhere, I think this lady has been yes.
Yeah, there are 3 things that I want to just say. One is a dancer's lifespan is just that short. So
I don't think so. I think Vaijayanti Amma has disproved that.
I mean, not a person who has made it to make it. So what happens is the students, whoever are wanting to perform, are ready to just pay and perform, and it's become a market. Like கத்திரிக்காய் இங்க 5 ரூபாய், இங்க 10 ரூபாய், இங்க 15 ரூபாய். உனக்கு எந்த கத்திரிக்காய் எந்த கடையில
பட் அதுக்கு யாரு ரெஸ்பான்சிபிள்? நீங்க பணம் கொடுக்கறேன் தானே அவ ஆர்கனைஸ் பண்ற.
Exactly, that is what I'm telling. It is a voice. I am telling that. But I'm also telling the other side of it is like you're so impatient. You're so impatient that you want to learn for 2 years and you want to go on stage.
Exactly.
So you're ready to pay any amount.
And your teachers encourage that. Let's see that. Earlier our teachers used to say, "Nee tayar illa, ipo aada mudiyadu."
Exactly.
No teacher says that.
Now we don't know which is a good standard of dancing because of this. Second point is not only performance. I have got calls.
1 minute, excuse me, I can't hear the question.
I've got calls saying that you please recommend 4 students of yours and let them pay X amount of money. They get a certificate and you get a title, and I've been stalling it for the past 3 years. I've been saying like, please no. I'm not going to go and ask a student, you pay so much of money so that I get.
But are the ones
This
who
is
did
the
that?
one- I
No, are the ones who did that better off than you?
I'm not bothered
No,
about
I'm
that.
just asking, what do these titles mean at the end of the
At the
day?
end of the day, and it doesn't.
What does the title mean?
Then it is also like you've got the title at the expense of somebody else, and how can I recommend that? But that is also happening. That is the scenario that is happening, which I wanted to tell over here. That you are asked
You know, again, I don't know because Delhi doesn't have these kinds of problems. So it has many others, but it's not this one. Roja, yes.
See,
Hello?
I've been trying to
I would,
talk about this for, I'm sorry, Catherine, go ahead.
I guess I'm representing the NRIs. I lived in America for 40 years now. And in the beginning, we got paid for performances and we toured all over the United States. And we got paid and we lived on it. We never had another job in 40 years except dance. But when teaching came in, we performed less because teaching was what sustained us. A lot of the NRIs who come here are married to engineers or doctors or some kind of scientist or a great person there. And all the money they make from dance, they can turn back into dance. And we were never able to do that. I know dozens of dancers here who are exquisite performers who are never seen because they're not willing to pay to dance. Now in some stupid temple somewhere where you can smell all the cows while you dance, it costs 12,000 rupees just to get the stage. And that's before hiring the lights, hiring the sound system, getting the video, getting your guru to come, and musicians. And all of that is such a huge expense. And yet, if you stand firm, I agree completely with you philosophically. However, the reality is that if you don't pay, you don't perform.
So taking off from where Catherine has left, if you don't pay, you don't perform. So who is the one who has to take responsibility for it? As dancers, we have to. How many years we've been advocating this in Abhay? We are been shouting it from the rooftops, telling dancers, please, one season abstain from dancing.
Yes, don't pay.
Dwindling audiences. There are none of them in the sabhas. There is just a dancer and her few relations sitting. Then you do not dance. And we've been requesting the sabhas to space out the festival. Why does everybody wants to have it in December? Why don't you have it in some
Space it
other
out.
month?
Actually,
Don't always look at NRIs. Let them come whenever they want to. We will have the festival spaced out. We will have it in July, in August, in September, in October, whenever we want to. And every senior dancer should make a conscious decision that she will perform only one performance during the season, so that everybody who wants to watch her will go there. You perform in 10 sabhas, then you say, oh, today I'm not free, I can catch her in some other sabha on some other date. Then you're not here, not there. Neither place you get an audience. So it is the responsibility of each and every one of us for what has happened to us. So it is the responsibility of us to change the whole thing.
Roja, another thing, I think we can enter into a pact with the sabhas that you get me a full house, I will pay you.
Ma'am?
I think the girl has a question. Huh. So let them do that, yeah. You pay and then you dance to 10 people.
But,
She has a question.
but
She has a
let me
question.
play devil's advocate here. See, we keep accusing these organizers of taking money, But isn't the real problem the fact that, why do they take money? Because probably they don't also, how do they hire all this? How do they do all this? Because nobody buys tickets. Where is the audience?
No, but the point is there
how
are fewer sabas.
How is it commercially
You have fewer
viable
sabas.
to have a performance which people don't buy tickets and come? Isn't that?
That's another thing. That's another thing. We will have to make a conscious decision to pay to watch the performance, even if it's 100 rupees. Even if it's 100 rupees, we can afford to go and buy a pizza for 250 rupees, and you cannot afford to buy 100 rupee tickets to watch a good classical performance.
முதல்ல கேட்பா ஃப்ரீயா அதோ டிக்கெட்டா
ஆமா
முதல்ல கேட்பா
So the decision has to come from us. Let us insist our relations, you have to buy a ticket and come. Then our worth as dancers will be definitely somewhere, and we can also support the sabas, because we cannot always accuse the sabas.
No, we are not accusing the sabas at all, because we need the sabas.
We need them
No
to
doubt
grow.
about it.
So you cannot also tell, what if they are not able to make ticket sales? How will they survive? So we need to have this. Dhananjayan sir always says, 100 rupees ticket pottu vaangindu vaango. That is what he always advocates. So I think we as a community of dancers have to consciously be part of this movement.
No ruba illa for demonetization. Yeah, I think let's individually ask questions, because I think Srinidhi she's been wanting to ask a question for long. Yes,
Yes,
please,
ma'am.
go
So
ahead.
to talk about how the reality is in status quo is that a young dancer can't expect to gain recognition unless she starts at the bottom rung and works her way up to getting better performance opportunities. And the way that happens usually is that you start by paying for your performances, right? And it isn't a small sum. For example, I went to a sabha, they said they wanted 10,000 just for
No,
the
if you have another question, because this has already been asked.
no, to get
yes,
to
you
that.
ask some other question if you
No,
have one.
So what exactly can young dancers do? Because it's
See,
highly...
there is no one solution. It is not like magic wand, I just do this and this. I got my first ICCR tour at age 40. If that really helps. So it's not that, things happen just for the asking. You have to wait there and hang on there. And I see 35 plus is only the time when you slowly get recognition. So it's not that in 25 you will get all the sabas to recognize you. Firstly, you have to have staying power to be able to sustain. You have to be there till 35. Many get married, they don't. They have children, they give up. There's so many hurdles that come up. And the fact is, by 35 we really know. So that's why in fact even the award of the Bismillah was extended to 40, because many they give it up. It's all very nice to say you are recognizing young talent, but the fact is staying power. That is the main thing in the arts. What about staying power?
But ma'am, the reality is that, okay, even if you're, let's say, 35, the first question people will ask you is, what have you done up to now? What do you have to show me that you are a dancer of value? And what will show in your resume that you are a dancer worthy of being given that opportunity is the fact that you have performed. You can't look at it any other way. And it's highly idealistic to young dancers
why should I come and, no,
try for
let's
this
turn the
opportunity.
question. Why should I come and watch you? What is so special about you? That's the thing. Why do you think you're special? Why do you think the girl sitting next to you is not as good as you, and why she should not get or you should get? So there are a lot of things, we only look at it from our perspective. There are lots of perspectives. There's so many dancers. How do you choose? When you sit on the other side, you realize I think this generation is in a bit of a hurry. One needs to stay, and that's exactly what Lalita said, that dance is not just, that is the teacher's responsibility to make you understand that dance is a process and you have to enjoy the process. The process, that's why these conferences, because we discuss process has to be really enjoyed. Today I don't see the process being enjoyed at all. It's only the end product that you want to grab. That's why the workshop, let's not talk about that. So ready-made pieces to be just doled out, that is not really dance learning.
We could go on and on. This is a fascinating subject, but we have one more session. We have a question and answer session with Shobana after this.
Well, I'll
And
tell you one
so
more
with this-
secret. It's maybe congratulations to you. I've never been paid an airfare to come to Chennai. Natyakala is the only thing that pays, not to perform, but to come and talk.
That's because I feel these have much more value than just performance. Thank you.
Wait.